After 14 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, a few queens have unfortunately become the first contestants to sashay away in their respective seasons. Thankfully, RuPaul and the cast of queer artists featured on the show have started to celebrate the queens who are eliminated first on Drag Race over the years. Given how much time and investment all the queens put on their drag race journeys, it is always heartbreaking to watch someone leave first. With that said, there's always going to be a contestant who will happen to go home first in a reality competition. After all, as long as eliminations are involved, someone has to leave the series before everyone else. At least RuPaul's Drag Race is known for finding different ways to constantly refer to these queens and celebrate the work they've put into the show, no matter what their placement is. Now that both Drag Race Season 14 premieres are behind us, it's time to look back at all the first eliminated queens on the show. Victoria Porkchop Parker Season 1. Drag queen Victoria Porkchop Parker appears on RuPaul's Drag Race. All the way back in 2009, Victoria Porkchop Parker became the first ever queen to sashay away from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1. She lip-synced for her life against Acacia to supermodel "You Better Work" by RuPaul. In 2021, she was honored on Drag Race Season 13 with a twist called the Porkchop Loading Dock. Shangela Season 2. It is wild to think of Shangela as an amateur drag queen now, but she had only been doing drag for a few months back on Drag Race Season 2. As a result, Shanji was the first eliminated queen that season after lip-syncing to Cover Girl by RuPaul against the legendary Sahara Davenport. Venus Delight Season 3. Fans were introduced to Venus Delight as a very dedicated Madonna impersonator on Drag Race Season 3. However, her drag didn't live up to the standards of the judges who sent her home in the very first episode. Her lip sync was against Shangela to the tune of The Right Stuff by Vanessa Williams. Alyssa Summers Season 4. The first lip sync for Your Life on Drag Race Season 4 was between Alyssa Summers and Jiggly Caliente. They lip-synced to Toxic by Britney Spears, and Jiggly did what it took to stay in the competition. As a result, Alyssa went home first. Penetration Season 5. Penetration came into RuPaul's Drag Race as the fan favorite of Season 5 according to an online poll that was open to the fans. Unfortunately, Penny landed in the bottom two against Serena Chacha and lost their lip sync to Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Kelly Mantle Season 6 Premiere 1. Despite being ready to rock and roll on Drag Race Season 6, seasoned actress Kelly Mantle was eliminated during the first premiere of the season. Kelly lip-synced against Vivacious to Madonna's Express Yourself and was ultimately told to sashay away. Magnolia Crawford Season 6 Premiere 2. Drag Race Season 6 had two premieres that split the cast of queens into two groups. In the second group, Magnolia Crawford failed to impress the judges and got eliminated before she even met her other casters on the show. In the end, she lip-synced to Turn the Beat Around by Vicky Sue Robinson against Darien Lake. Tempest Dozier Season 7. In a season with so many young and slightly inexperienced queens, a lot of viewers thought that Tempest Dozier would steamroll the competition on Drag Race Season 7. Alas, the exact opposite happened, as Tempest was sent home first on the show. Naysha Lopez Season 8. When Naysha Lopez revealed to the other queens on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8 that she was a former Miss Continental, it was clear that the girls were shaking in their boots. Nonetheless, Naysha fell into the bottom two with Lila McQueen and lost their lip sync to Applause by Lady Gaga. Naysha did come back into the season later, but she was still the first queen to sashay away in Season 8. James Mansfield Season 9. James Mansfield RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9 promo. Not a single queen was sent home during the Lady Gaga hosted premiere of Drag Race Season 9. By episode 2, however, it became clear that the drag character of James Mansfield was perhaps not fully developed as of yet. After lip-syncing to the B-52's Love Shack against Kimora Black, James became the first eliminated queen of Season 9. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo Season 10. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo broke the internet with her Miss Vanjie catchphrase as she exited the Drag Race Season 10 competition walking backward. In any case, being eliminated first turned out to be a blessing to Vanjie given that she went viral on the internet for her elimination scene. During the episode, Vanjie lost the lip sync against Calorie Kardashian Williams to Ain't No Other Man by Christina Aguilera. Soju Season 11. There's no denying that Soju fell on her face on Drag Race Season 11 Episode 1 as she wore a look on the runway that the judges really hated. In recent years, Soju has been subject to certain accusations and has subsequently quit drag for the time being. In hindsight, Soju is remembered on the show for her story about her cyst. Dahlia Sin Season 12. All things considered, nothing was easy for the queens who were cast on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12. For one, this cast had to deal with the shocking disqualification of Sherry Pie. As if that weren't enough, these queens also had all of their bookings cancelled due to the growing COVID-19 pandemic. Dahlia Sin was the first eliminated contestant of Season 12, but that was the least of her concerns, to say the least. Kimora Hall Season 13. Jida Essence Hall's drag sister, the Mackie doll herself Kimora Hall, turned out to be the first eliminated queen of Drag Race Season 13. The show's first elimination only took place in Episode 4, but Kimora was the first queen to sashay away after losing the lip sync against Denali to 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters. Orion Story Season 14 Premiere 1. The Lukia Plus community entered 2022 already looking forward to watching RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14. This season also featured a split premiere that separated the cast into two groups. On the first premiere, Orion Story fell into the bottom two with June Jambalaya and lost their lip sync for Your Life to the tune of Water Me by Lizzo. Daya Betty Season 14 Premiere 2. The second premiere episode of Drag Race Season 14 featured the 7 other queens competing on the show this year. For this round, Daya Betty and Deja Sky failed to impress the judges the most and ultimately landed in the bottom two together. They were asked to lip sync to Fallon by Alicia Keys, and Deja's performance was so strong that RuPaul called her a lip sync assassin. As a result, Daya Betty became the first queen to sashay away during the second Drag Race premiere.